My name is Shane Bassett, and I'm very happy to introduce Blanca Blanco. Good morning from Sydney.
Good morning. It's such an honor to be interviewed by you, and I love Sydney. I believe I'm gonna go in August to do a movie there, so I'm super excited that we're gonna have this conversation.
Yeah, well, that's really exciting to hear that. I did not know. Can you tell me a little bit about the movie? Where is it being filmed?
Um, I don't have an exact location, but I do know that I just it's gonna be in August, and it's an action thriller. And
Ah,
that's I think that they're finalizing location in the area, but I know it's gonna be in Sweden.
that's very cool. Is it another Western like the one we're talking about today, Eye for Eye?
No, it's not a Western. It's gonna be a lot of action.
Okay, well, I hope that you can surf because there's lots of good beaches down here. Although
Uh,
it'll be winter, so it might be a little bit cold to go to the beach.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
So
excited to go there.
yeah, you'll have to start talking with our accent as well if you can.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Eye for Eye. It's a Western. What was it like being in the Old West and wearing all those clothes and being in the dust? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was so much fun. It's a Eye for Eye. It took place in the 1800s, and it's based on a novella that was basically they decided to make a script and then a film. So it was a fun script, and it was just nice. My character is Lola, and I
Yeah.
was able to really like we shot in Montana, which is like very like beautiful green, and there wasn't any no reception. There was no reception, so my phone didn't work.
Oh no.
So it definitely felt like I was back in 1800s. And so yeah, it was great to be able to work on this character with amazing production, and I'm just very happy that it's doing good. It's on Amazon Prime right now.
Yeah, it's playing and streaming all over the world. So
Yeah.
it must be exciting to know that you've done a lot of movies, but this one has got some really positive reviews.
Yes, yes, it's always nice to get positive reviews and to see that people are watching the movie,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's been great. And then obviously we talked about the outfits. Like it would take like 3 hours to get ready, hair and
Wow.
makeup, wardrobe. It was just really the production made a lot of effort with the having the right outfits for my character, for every character, but they really like wanted to make it very like real 1800s, and I was involved in the process with the selection of the outfits as
Oh, that's
well.
good.
Like they will select a few, and then they will say which one do you would you be interested in now, and so it was nice that we were able to do that. It was fun, because it was like to be able to be in that time, and hair and makeup is different,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So no high heels out there in the West.
Oh no, no high heels.
And what about guns and carrying around, your big belts? Was that something that you were comfortable with? I know it's a Western, but how do you feel about that?
Yes, my character is a rancher,
Yeah,
so definitely I did handle guns, rifles, and we had a handler, a person that was in
that's
charge.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was able to work, directly with the handler, and every scene, for safety, like I'm just very like checking every time we're gonna do a take,
Sure.
or double checking sure there's no bullets or anything. It's like I was like really like it's a very stressful process when you're pointing a gun at someone, and
Mm,
it's like obviously it that happens a lot in Western films. You have a lot of it's a lot of action like that. So I
mm,
wanted to be, I did a lot of research to prepare for my role. I'm not used to handling guns,
mm.
but I was able to do research. Okay, what is the proper way to hold this gun? How it works? Like I was able to understand what I was dealing with.
Mm.
And that's important as actors. You know, we cannot make judgment on the character. We gotta just be able to complete, you know, create the character and make sure that it is we are doing exactly what is on the script.
Sure, yeah. What else did you do to research? Did you watch any old westerns? Did you look at some other actors that have played female strong characters before in the Wild West?
Yes, well, I grew up watching westerns. Like that was
Did you?
then, yeah, like all the John Wayne films. You know, there were like, you know, the western films, and I just really like I love characters that are strong female, and I just, you know, I have like different characters that I love. Like I love Meryl Streep. You know, I
Yeah.
like Moreno, and they can make any type of film amazing. So I was just really inspired by them, and I was able to, you know, do my research. I worked on it. Like when I got the script, I was able to really like work on my scenes,
Yeah.
and do about 8 hours, 10 hours a day of preparation until I got to the set, and then I'm just like ready to play there, you know. But it was, you know, it was fun. Like it's the director and producers were incredible. They were really they're people that were there on set. They were very passionate about the project, and it makes a difference when everybody has
Mm.
a common goal, you know, because then you always have like the bad apple in every set, you know. And so I just felt that everybody was so excited, and I think also because, you know, we shot it during the pandemic, so people are,
Right.
I think because of everything that happened all over the world, that people are more appreciative of what's going on, like, you
Mm.
know, be back on set. The people are, I am seeing that even when I was in Cairns. You know, I've been going to Cairns for like 10 years every year, and this year I just felt people were more like, you know, friendlier, and really like appreciated the time with people that were there, you know. And so that's good. I mean, that's something good that is coming out from everything that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about Cairns in a minute, but tell me a little bit more about the COVID situation. So when you're filming, you're okay, and you've got your set scenes and your marks, but then off camera, are you wearing masks and being, you know, in craft services, all sitting on your own and stuff like that?
Yes, when we were filming, we obviously during the rehearsals we had our masks, and then
Yeah,
after, you know, we're done with rehearsals and we're ready to shoot, we remove the mask, and then once we are done with our, you know, scenes, then we put our mask on. And yeah, craft services were very careful, you know,
good.
just so definitely, you know, the thing shooting in Montana was, there's so much space there, you know.
Yes.
And so I realized no wonder they have less COVID cases, because there's so much space, you know.
Mm,
And so we had a lot of space on set, you know, so there was no need. I mean, the social distancing was there, you know,
of course.
and no one got sick from the set even after if we were finished. Like I asked, did anyone get sick? Nobody got sick. So I think that, you know, people were really making effort, and nobody wants to get sick, you know. So they were, people were respectful of,
Mm,
you know, making sure that you do, you know, you wear your mask when you're doing the makeup, when you're doing the
good.
hair, everything. Yeah.
It's like in Australia, in the outback, there's big open spaces. No one, you know, it's just a lot safer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you worked with John Savage again. I know you worked with John Savage in, is it Betrayed? I remember seeing you
Yeah,
in
that's
him.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, so you knew him. How is John to work with? He's such a legend. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's great. He's really, you know, when he works on, like, he really makes the character his own, and I
Yeah,
learn a lot in working with him, because he really like puts himself there, like committed 100%. And so we're, you know, we're able to work well together, where we're able to work on the scenes.
yep,
And he likes rehearsals as well. I like to rehearse, like even before we're on set. Like if I have the actors that we're in the same, you know, we're staying maybe near each other, you
that's
know, and I
good.
would be, hey, would you want to work on the scenes for tomorrow? Or most people are open. There's people, they're not open, but you know, John Savage, he's definitely like, he likes to do that because he also wants to just get there and be ready to go and be like, you build, when you work with other actors like that, and you're also learning about each other and
Yeah.
building a relationship.
Yeah. Is there anything you can tell me about John's process that you enjoy, like
Oh
on a
yeah,
set?
he would read, for example, he would read his scene, or like, let's say that he would read like the line over and over and read it many times, and eventually like it comes out like he's able to find the character like that. So he really like he could do it like 100 times until it comes, like it's just
Wow.
like it's just, but when you see it, the character coming to life, it's like wow, like really like it's just like, because every moment in the script changes, when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
working on it and you find new things for your character. And so that's what I learned a lot from him, because I'm able to see like the process that he goes through. It is a lot of work, and I
Yeah.
love it. It's not something that you just show up on set and be like, what am I doing today? Like, no, you gotta be like really professional and come and do your homework.
Did you like Lola? Did you like her as a person and playing her?
Yes, I like Lola because she's like a strong, independent woman, and
Oh,
she's a
yeah.
farmer, a rancher, and she like is very protective of her son. She has a son. She's a single mother.
Yes.
Well, her husband was killed, so she's a widow, and she definitely was someone that is very strong but vulnerable at the same time. So it was fun creating that character, because then every scene was different. The emotional changes were constantly changing, the
Yes.
action, everything. So it was fun. It was like, there was always something new that will come out, and the director was always open to see where you are in the scene, and he's able to, he knew what he was looking for, and he was very happy with the work.
Good.
So it was nice. And I also just won best actress for my role in a film festival.
Oh, congratulations. I did not know that. That's
Thank you.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's like my first Western, and my first as an actress to win. I mean, I won Best Supporting Actress before, but this is my first leading lady.
Yeah. Well, you've worked very hard, and I think Lola should return in a sequel. The director, did he mention that?
Oh, I'm sure it will, because we really had a great experience working together, and we want to keep working. And so definitely we will, I will be coming back to the production again. And yeah.
That's great, with your Best Actress award in hand.
Thank you.
That's so good. Also, I want to say congratulations on an amazing book that you wrote. It was
Oh, thank
very inspiring, and
you.
just tell me a little bit about it. Was it hard to talk about all those things that you went through in your life?
Yeah, I've been a person that I've been very like, I separate my life, my professional life and my public life. Like my personal life and public life. I tend
Two
to,
different things.
yeah. And so for during the lockdown, I don't know what happened. I just thought, well, I don't know. There might not be tomorrow. I'm just gonna share my story, because I knew I wanted to do that when I'm older. Because there's a lot of deep, experiences that I went through, and I just thought that maybe if I could help one person with that. So, I saw so much poverty in Los Angeles, like it increased, like it was like, all over the world, but like I would see it when I would be walking, and discrimination, abuse, everything. And I'm like, I think it's time for me to share my experience. And so I started, doing that. It took me about a year. My breaking the mold is about overcoming hardships, and how you basically like, the whole idea that challenges make us stronger, not weaker. And how you just basically are able to, I share some tips also, like when I was dealing with the Malibu fire, like what helped me get through the anxiety of trying to escape the fire.
Yeah.
So I was very like an open book. I was an open book, and I just thought I'm just I've been getting a lot of great feedback from people. Like I've been doing a tour I started in Europe and now I'm in LA. I mean, in the US, but I just did a college tour and I would have so many students that would
Oh,
come and they would
good.
be crying and they could relate to the story. They're going through similar stuff that they're going through and that I went through. And so I had this situation where I had this a junior from one of the high school said, she had like tears, and the next day I saw her at a coffee, like I was leaving my hotel and they were walking, and then they're like, oh, I wanted to tell you that you inspire me. I was ready to drop
Oh,
out of school because I have a lot of issues similar to what you went through, and I just got inspired. And I told my counselor I'm not gonna drop out, so she gave me a hug. And it's nice because when I wrote the book, I thought even if I could just influence one person, I would be happy. And I'm getting from all over the world, like people from Germany went to my book signing in Paris, and this lady, and she was also very emotional and said that she experienced something that I experienced, but she learned not to say anything, but now she's inspired to share her experience. And I'm like, oh, that's good. It feels good that people are getting something out of it. And my goal is to make it into a series because I think there's so many layers that
it's great.
it could maybe like inspire. It's an inspirational and empowering woman.
Mm,
Education was my foundation for me. Like I wanted to make sure before I did my career as an actress, I wanted to make sure I had a strong foundation, and education was the key for me. So
yeah.
that's what I kind of did. Like it took me longer to come to LA, but I came prepared. I'm like, if it doesn't work out, hey, I have a master's degree. Like I'm not wasting my time. Like, and so, but it's been great.
Yeah, well, having read the book, it's from a male point of view, it is an incredible story. And I was so happy to keep reading and knowing that you weren't going to look back. You just kept moving forward and how you conquered. You basically conquered, and you've got so much more to give as well, obviously.
Thank you. Thank you. It definitely was something that I really put a lot of my heart in it, because I just thought, well, we need more
Mm,
stories of hope, because when you're a little kid and you're going through the stress that I experienced, it is happening to a lot of kids, and so just I remember reading Maya Angelou when I was a kid, and some of her, it was very inspirational. Her stories were very difficult, but then there was like
yeah,
this motivational, and I just thought that also inspired me, like to share
that's great.
something that others maybe could benefit.
Now, if it's being moved into a series and made into a series, Breaking the Mold is the name of the book for people watching and listening. If it's a series, would you play yourself, or would you who would you like to play? Maybe a younger you, or
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I
yeah,
will definitely want to be part of the creative process, because I want
that's
to make sure that integrity of the story stays.
yes,
And I also am aware that sometimes certain changes will need to happen based on locations and stuff. I'm open because I have produced before, but I would definitely play my current self. And then I see Rachel Ziegler playing my younger self. She was
good
in the
choice.
yeah. So I guess that she will be perfect, and yeah. So that's the goal.
Before we wrap up, tell me a little bit about the Cairns Film Festival. You mentioned you went, and it's been 10 years you've been going, and it was different this year. What's the atmosphere like there? It's not. I've never covered it. I've got a fear of flying, so I don't fly
Oh,
very many places. Yeah, I get very afraid of heights.
claustrophobic. You're claustrophobic, and that's
Yeah, yeah, a
okay.
little
Well,
bit claustrophobic and heights.
and heart.
Height. Oh, up high.
Oh, and height. Oh, me too.
Heights. Yes.
Yeah, I share that in my book too. I experienced an anxiety attack in the airplane, and I
Mm.
couldn't fly for 2 years. And I
Mm.
just basically had to really, you know, I had to fly for work. So I do share about that, but I totally understand the fear, because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh God, I don't like the whole idea. I'm not in control. Like somebody else is flying it. Obviously I wouldn't trust myself flying it, but yeah, definitely, like I get claustrophobic, and the height also. And so, but yeah, I've been going for 10 years now, and it was incredible. The energy is very like optimistic. Everybody's excited, promoting the
Sure.
project. Yeah, and everybody's like, you know, like sharing about their future projects, or you're collaborating on something. And it's just very like it really recharges you, like it gets you back, and you're like inspired, like, okay, you know. So I definitely, it is a good vibe there, and I see a lot of people from LA that I don't even see here. And we meet in Cairns for coffee or something, but here we don't even see each other. It's crazy. Like I would be walking in the streets in Cairns, and then I see like 2 or 3 people I know from LA in the block, you know. I'm like, wow. And I don't feel I know anyone, you know what when I'm there, but then when I get there, I'm like, oh, I do know people from
Yeah.
LA.
And have you ever been in a movie screening where people have been booing? Because I know there's a lot of booing at Cairns, and yeah, I know there's standing ovations as well for
Well,
movies, but
I've
there's
been in
the
movies.
opposite.
Yeah, I've been in movies where they do standing ovations for like 10 minutes.
Mm.
I'm just like ready to get up. You know. But I haven't really seen the booing thing. I think there was
Okay.
one that happened last year, but I didn't go to that screening, and I'm like, oh, great. I never seen that before.
No.
I think that that's rude. Like, you know,
Mm.
if you're not gonna, if like, first of all, it takes so much effort to make a movie. Like,
Mm.
it's a lot of work, a lot of, you know, every department puts a lot of work, that even if you don't like a movie, like out of respect, just like basically don't say anything, you know?
Yeah, I feel the
Because
same.
yeah, to have a movie that is completed, it's most people don't complete projects, so
Yeah.
it takes a lot of guts, a lot of, you know, work. And even if it's not a great movie, well, hey, at least they finished it. You know, how many filmmakers I know that don't finish things? And to be in Cannes premiering, that's like the biggest honor in filmmaking. So to get booing there, that's like ridiculous.
It happens though. I hear about it.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
What's harder for you, acting or modeling? You've succeeded at both, and is one harder than the other for you, or do you just take them differently?
No, they're different. They're different. Like acting is, it takes a lot of preparation, and that's what I love about acting. That is like
Mm.
every day you're learning new things about your character.
Yeah,
You are creating something, and that is gonna be for weeks. You know, once you're working, and then before, you know, like it takes
sure.
it takes months, you know. And then modeling, like you have a photo shoot, you just create the character up in the moment, you know. You finish it and then you go,
Mm.
and that's it. But it definitely, like it comes in handy with having my, you know, acting, because I'm able to bring out emotions, like to my characters, as I mean, to my photo shoots, you know. I
Sure.
get, if I see an editorial that is not, doesn't have an emotional connection, I get bored. So I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I connect with someone at an emotional level, you know, like,
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you need to connect so you can inspire yourself into developing that character,
Yeah.
or in the moment of a photograph or runway.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I would think if someone wants some advice or inspiration, they should read your book. Uh,
Yes.
Eye for Eye is streaming at the moment all around the world. Any last word on why should people watch Eye for Eye and check it out?
Yeah. Eye for Eye is an Amazon Prime, and it's doing really good. We've
Yeah,
been winning a lot of awards for that film. I It's nice to see that, and so I recommend that you know, you check it out. It's a great western, and great cast and direction. Everything was incredible. So check it out. And I post on my Instagram, if you want to follow me on Instagram, at Blanca Blanco actress. And I will be posting, I'm posting there to keep my fans updated, and information and links. I share links as well on
that's
my.
great. Well, you were in Followed, which I thought was a pretty good found footage movie, and you were with Danny Trejo in Bullet. I thought that was a pretty good movie. So you've had such a varied career. I can only see great things happening for you.
Thank you. And then I have another thing that is, I'm getting my first Emmy consideration for my role in Tale of Tales, and I'm in this magazine, the Emmy magazine.
Oh, how
It just
cool.
came out. It just came out. I just got it. Like, but it is here.
Oh, isn't that awesome? Tale of Tales.
Yeah, and so it's my outstanding supporting actress in the drama series is my for Tale of Tales. So that's my first, it took like 13 years to be able to qualify, to be able to be, meet the criteria of the Emmys. So I am in 2 weeks, I would know like if I get a nomination, but I've been, I'm being considered and it takes a lot of people that are, apply, don't qualify, and so
Yeah.
I'm very honored. It's taking years, but hey, eventually it happens if you stay at it.
Look, you got consideration. You never know what's going to happen in 2 weeks. That's an achievement on its own. And
Yeah.
you'll get nominated one day, if not this time. You'll get nominated. Look at the work you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Are you on Instagram?
I am. I'm on Instagram at Movie Analyst. I can